Number 15. The last thing you want is to be eating hummus peacefully in your car when all of a sudden you're scrolling through Face Journal and come across an animal cruelty page that informs you why milking an almond is cruel. In studies, the DNA structure of an almond is far too similar to one in a human's. Does this make an almond a living creature? I think so. I don't know about you, but I will not be drinking almond milk again after discovering this horrid secret. Number 14. At 11:52 p.m., I was making myself a pudding bagel when all of a sudden I was molested by an anonymous user. This picture was sent to me with the subject line in all caps, M&M Pizza. I was disturbed and disappointed. It's honestly hard to lay my eyes on it for more than 30 minutes at a time before I become filled with rage and anger. Number 13. My friend was telling me a story the other day and told me to never retell it, so I thought, why not put it in the video? He told me him and his dad were looking for an old Playboy magazine when suddenly they came across a VHS tape labeled Sex Tape 7 out of 31. So what better idea could they have had than to have played it? The way it was described to me was my friend's grandma and grandpa and some other dude was in there, and there was a lot of butter. I don't know what butter has to do with sex, but I hope to soon find out. Number 12. I once took shrooms and witnessed Stephen Hawking sing the national anthem with his butt. I did not think it could be done, but I was sadly mistaken. The first thing I did when I woke up that morning was run to my bathroom, where I would then jump up on the sink and then spread my butt cheeks so far apart in the mirror. I took a video in the process of me doing this so I can look back at the footage to see if it actually works. When I replayed it, I didn't hear much, but I think it was starting to work after several attempts. Number 11. I woke up in the middle of the night with Octopus Prime standing in the end of my bed. I was horrified. After I told him to leave, he only got closer and started to make love to me. I didn't think robots could have sex, but it turns out I was wrong. After finding out, my room was turned into the largest oil rigging platform in the world. This is why gas is cheap right now, but I can no longer sleep in there naked. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I thought I would add it in anyways. Number 10. Speaking of transform burgers, I once purchased a mattress from a 7-Eleven back in the alleyway from a penis-faced looking man for a good deal. Anyways, from the moment I bought this mattress, I fell in love, but for some reason, almost every time I sleep on it, I've been waking up in strange places where it would commonly rain $1 bills in the room, filled with both half-naked and fully naked men. I never know how I make it back home, but I always do. I think my bed is a transportal John, or it's the work of the paranormal. Number 9. I'm not very good at math. My doctors recommend medication to me and it's not working. Number 8. I think the government is spying on me. Why is it every time I scroll through each of my 17 social media platforms, there is an ad of Halloween costumes for dogs? These are things I frequently search on a daily basis. I hope to one day get a dog. I ask these questions to both my good friends Alexa, Siri, and Google. After processing what I had just asked, they claimed to not understand what I was talking about. It was then Alexa who reminded me it was time to take my meds. Number 7. As I was pouring myself a glass of gravy one afternoon, I thought it would be funny to have Siri change my name to Hugh Jass. I kinda liked when Siri called me that, so I got it legally changed. Number 6. When I was born, both my parents had failed to show up. I don't know how this is possible, and probably the work of the supernatural or paranormal. If you know how this may have happened, please write it down in the comments below. Number 5. On March 15, 2017, my friend Hank and I were waiting in line to get an autograph. After waiting in line for nearly 8 days and 1 week, we had come to find out Abraham Lincoln was no longer given autographs because he had just died in the year 1865, I was told. It turns out we were standing at his grave, so my friend Hank pissed on his grave in anger. We were escorted out. Number 4. That's half the amount of legs a typical spider has, but on each leg I heard their hand consists of 8 fingers. Just imagine their grip strength. It's no wonder people are scared of spiders. Number 3. As I was taking my late afternoon dump, I felt something slip inside me. After reaching down the pole, whatever went out, I stumbled upon Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh. Out of excitement and joy, he jumped around my whole entire house, eventually making his way back to the toilet. My walls are now covered in stains, and I'm not sure what to tell my landlord, but I'll figure it out. I'll just say that's how it's always been ever since I signed the lease. And if that doesn't work, I'll just blame it on my neighbor. Number 2. I'll be honest with you, I had trouble coming up with this one after running out of ideas, so I thought I would just show you my grocery list. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Also follow me on Twitter at YTChills because that's where I post video updates. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos we upload every April 20th. Number 1. I was at an airport and heard a ticking sound in someone's backpack. After I confronted them about the sound, they then pulled out a hot dog and asked if I wanted a bite. I was horrified, but at the same time actually kind of hungry, and I have had a taste for a hot dog ever since the drive here, so I took a bite. The person then asked me if I wanted a bottle of rooster milk to drink as they reached in their pocket. Instead, they pulled out a bomb, but then quickly and frantically put it away and then proceeded to pull the bottle of milk out instead. It was honestly really nice of that person to not only give me a bite of their hot dog, but also have a nice cool beverage on hand too. I got on my plane, and when it was time to return back home, that airport wasn't there anymore and we had to land somewhere else. My name is Chills.